I think the 80-20 principle sometimes might be not as straightforward to apply, especially to our leadership, right?
Yeah,
Shall we
yeah.
unpack that a little bit more?
Okay, yes, the Pareto principle, they think, oh yeah, 2080, yeah, it's easy to follow. But when I think about, okay, what are your top 20 in your day-to-day life, like people, activities, something that you're doing in a regular basis, people, they don't realize that this is something that they need to also look, because Pareto principle actually applies to everything in our life, all domains in our life. So please, Florin, share with us something so we can make it more clear to everybody listening to us.
When we look at 80-20 and the Pareto principle, what it actually says, it says that there are 20% of our activities that give us 80% of our result. So in other words, there are some activities on our agenda that have a disproportionate impact on our result. And the biggest challenge with us, and for us as individuals and leaders, is to identify what are those 20% activities that actually give us the results that we want. And when we work on a task, on a presentation or something, we know that it takes 20% of the time. If we have 1 hour, we take 20% of that time to get it to 80% done. And then we spend the rest of that hour to just polish it. And we know sometimes 80% done, it's good enough, right?
Yeah. You're almost there, yeah.
So it also applies to one specific task. How much time should we put on a task? Well, I have come to the conclusion that tasks tend to fill the time that we allocated to them. So in other words, if you only have 20 minutes to complete a task, you're probably going to do it as well as you can in those 20 minutes. But if you have 1 hour, I'm sure you're going to take that hour and you're still going to do it as well as you can, right? So
yeah.
We very seldomly finish a task in shorter time. We just say, I have an hour. Okay, so let me do this properly. On one way, we also have to be realistic of the level of expectation that we set on ourselves and how much time we'll allocate for each task. But today we're going to talk more about how to choose the tasks that we have on our agenda. And as a leader, we need to know what gives us the greatest return on our time investment. Because as a leader, you mentioned multiplying. How do we multiply our time? How do we add value to our time? Well, spending time with the top 20% of our people. Because what happens usually, the bottom 20% of our team that comes to us with different challenges and need more support. And if we are allowing ourselves to be dragged into that, we're going to help the person, of course. But is that the best investment for our time? What if we train another 1 or 2 layers of leaders in our team? What if we take care of the best 20% of our team, and so then they can take care of the rest, and so on and so forth, and so we kind of multiply ourselves and we increase our impact with our time.